Blue Roof Nation? Is your boy Jonathan, and welcome back to John's Corner. I know we had a little technical difficulties last week, and I'm attempting to address them, so hopefully this week a little better. Yeah. So without further ado, welcome back to John's Corner. Say hi, Frank.
Hey everybody.
How y'all doing? Thanks for saying hi, guys. And that's Jane over there. Anyways, so let's just dive into it. Before we get started, some housekeeping. As you all know, I'm a writer. I like to write. I'm like, hey guys, look at me write. So I've had a series of short stories for a while called Warzone Entertainment, and I'm working on one right now. But I also started releasing scripts online. So if you go to blueroofproductions.com and you go to scripts, you can see film and TV and my baby. The thing that I've been working on just as long as Warzone Entertainment is this thing called Crusaders. So episode 4 just came out. So if you guys want to check that out, let me know what you think. And then I also write movie scripts on there. And the reason for that is because it's been hard for me to film a lot of these things, but I still want to put them out there, you know? So I just figured, hey, I'll put them out there. I have a website, why not? So if you guys want to check that out, that'd be cool. I'm also probably going to be releasing a Frank's Journey this week and a Blue Roof Stories and maybe episode 2 of Beta Boys. That one I haven't filmed yet, so still up in the air, but I'm going to try. That's on our other YouTube page, Blue Roof Productions. What? But yeah, I just wanted you guys to know about all that. So let's dive in. First up, I wanted to talk about. Now we've talked about before how CBS, you know, the owners of Star Trek, seem to hate Star Trek fans. There's famously them shutting down all the fan films and making a list of unreasonable rules that just take all the fun and joy out of doing them. And now some guy made a VR set of the Next Generation bridge. And you can see pictures of it and stuff, and it looks amazing. Like, it looks true to life. And they shut that down. And the guy reached out to them and was like, look, I'm not getting any money from this. This is just a fan-made thing. I love Star Trek. I love Next Generation. It means everything to me. And I just wanted to do this as my way of showing appreciation. And he was like, and if you guys want me to adhere to certain codes or stuff like that while I'm doing it, that's fine. I'll do it. But, you know, I really want to go forward with this. And nothing. They won't even respond to the cat. And it's just like, whenever they made all these bullshit rules and they started to get a little backlash for it, oh, you know, we just did this for our own benefit just to save ourselves, but we're not, you know, the average fan who's doing something, they're not going to hear from us, we're not going to shut them down. What are you doing? You're shutting them down. I really feel like for whatever reason, and I heard someone say it's a copyright issue, like, they don't have the rights to the old Star Treks, like the original series and Next Gen through Voyager. They don't have the rights to all that. They have the rights to the concept. They don't have the rights to the particular stuff of that show, of those shows. So that's why they've changed the designs and all that in the Bad Robot movies and Discovery and all that. And so if that's true, then I guess what they're trying to do is, and this is speculation off of that theory, is they're trying to they're trying to get rid of anything that can remind people of the old Trek, so that there's no choice but to accept the new one and embrace it. And it's like, well, that's stupid. Like, the old Trek is what got us here. We'll ride with you in your new Trek because we hope that one day it'll be like the old Trek. But you don't erase your roots. You don't erase where you came from. And it'd be one thing if, like, Gene Roddenberry's kid was like, hey, I don't want you guys doing this. Then alright, fine. By all means, stop. But CBS is just a corporation. Like, I don't know, man. I don't like big companies telling people what they can and can't do. I get they own the property, but they don't appreciate it. They don't care about it. You can tell by the way they treat it and the way they treat the fans of the property. You're one of the most enduring franchises of all time. A franchise that literally built the careers of hundreds, if not thousands of people in the real world. Doctors, scientists, all that stuff. Went into those fields because of their love for Star Trek. So the fan base is immense and it's passionate. And CBS shits on them every chance they get. I really don't understand it. But from one corporation making weird choices to another, apparently Fox is re-releasing Deadpool 2, which I loved. I thought that was a great movie, but they're re-releasing it as a PG-13 movie. Why? Who wants to see that? And even if your argument is, oh, well, kids want to see it. First of all, I can almost... It's out on DVD, so I can guarantee you, every kid who wanted to see Deadpool 2 has seen Deadpool 2. Every single one. So why are you releasing this PG-13? It's gonna bomb in the box office. Nobody's gonna see it. You're gonna basically you take an amazing movie, you water it down, and then you expect people to go see it. Why? Who would see it? For what? What do you get out of it? I don't know. To me, it just seems so weird. Like, don't water down your stuff. Whatever. I hope it does well. I want a Deadpool 3. There's speculation that the Marvel movie, the X-Men movies are going to continue in the Fox vein, even after the deal finalizes with Disney, which I just hope is not true. Like Kevin Feige said, he's gonna, he wants to play with those toys. He's gonna incorporate the X-Men and Fantastic Four in. So I don't know where there's new rumors persisting, but those movies need to just stop. They do. They need to stop. They don't need to keep going on because they're not good. They're written and directed by people who don't understand X-Men. It's crazy because X-Men is not a hard concept to grasp. But I don't know, people at Fox, they don't seem to have any real appreciation for the characters. Give them back to Marvel, who does seem to have some real appreciation for the characters, and you'll see the quality skyrocket. Like, I don't understand why this is so hard for these corporations to understand that you have something that you have an IP that people don't. It's not. There's two types of IP that are being exploited right now in the world. There's IP of things like Roseanne and Creed and stuff like that, and those are things that people remember from their childhood that they're like, oh, I want to see again, and that's cool. And in those, you could take a little more liberty because it's stuff that people remember fondly, But then you have IPs like Star Trek and X-Men and stuff like that, which aren't stuff that people remember fondly. They're stuff that people still live with. They still see every day. Star Trek hasn't been off the air long enough, and people were watching enough reruns that it didn't feel like it was something from a long ago time. And X-Men makes comics every month. Hell, there's like 3 X-Men books out right now, so every week, almost, do you have an X-Men book? That's not something from the past that people are remembering fondly. That's something that people still live with every day. So you have this giant fan base that has accumulated over decades, literally decades. And then you shit on them and tell them, oh, you guys should like this? And it's like, well no, that's not how it works. They've lived with this their whole lives. They know it inside and out. They know it probably better than you do. And you're gonna be like, no, you don't know. Just come on, stop being a douchebag. And then the one thing I hate is when these big corporations, they do something, and they go against what the fans want, and then instead of just admitting like, oh, we blundered, they then blame them or insult them, like the Ghostbusters thing. Oh, everyone was sexist, being like, no, the movie just sucked. Like, you took one of the most beloved franchises of all time, you made a shitty version of it, and instead of admitting like, yeah, we made a shitty version of it, you just insulted everyone who didn't like it. No, I'm sorry. Your movie sucked. Deal with it. Grow up here and stop blaming other people for the fact that you made a shitty movie. I don't know. But I guess the reason why everybody is thinking like the X-Men movies are going to continue and stuff like that is because all the titles have been pushed back. Dark Phoenix got pushed back. New Mutants got pushed back. What is going on with New Mutants? Is it going to be a horror movie? Because that's what I want to see. You promised me this X-Men horror movie. Now I'm so in. I want to see this X-Men horror movie. And it's crazy that X-Force came out before New Mutants, because for anyone who reads comic books, New Mutants then became X-Force when Cable took over the team. But anyways, I really want to see this horror movie. And then Gambit's going to be a romantic comedy? Is it going to be with Rogue? Because if it's not going to be with Rogue, who the fuck cares? I don't know, man. It's just... it's crazy. It is. But, so like I said, every episode I want to not just talk about like news and current events, stuff going on and all that, but I also want to talk about something cool that you guys could check out. And so for this week, something cool you guys can check out. On the newest episode of Smodcast, Kevin Smith sits down with Robert Kirkman, the creator of The Walking Dead. I'm not a huge Walking Dead fan. Never really got into the comics. And I stopped watching the show after a while because it wasn't my cup of tea. But that being said, I respect the man and what he's managed to accomplish. And listening to that episode, listening to him talk is very inspiring. So for any creative types who feel like, what's going on? Like, am I ever going to make it? Why am I a failure? You know, all stuff I deal with on the daily. It's a very inspiring episode that is really uplifting. And if you guys, you know, you're creative or you're trying to do anything, even if it's not creative, even if it's like trying to start a business or whatever, it's really inspiring. And it's all about like putting in the work and not giving up. And even when you feel like giving up, just keep pushing forward. It's really good stuff. But yeah, so I'm Jonathan. Give us legends.